It's my privilege to preside over the awarding of degrees and honours at this ceremony, the University's Spring Conferrings. Hanc congratione universitas ad grades varios conferendos apertem esse dico. Adine Ushle, a Vic Lane, a Corda, Cade Mila Foyle to Riv Galer Goody Colossian Holscolle, Kirky. Graduates, families, friends and loved ones, colleagues, welcome to this very special celebration, our Spring Conferring at University College Cork. I want to particularly welcome our graduates, the class of 2021, whose magnificent achievement and hard work we're here to celebrate today. I want to particularly extend a welcome also to your friends and family and supporters joining with you and around you, wherever they are in the world, maybe in the room beside you, maybe somewhere across the world on this incredibly special day. Thank you for being with us. This is a time when friends and family gather with our graduates to recognise all that you have achieved. Today's graduates represent the wonderful diversity of our students, the community in which richness and diversity and their abundant educational and personal attributes. They include bachelor's, master's, postgraduate, doctoral students from all of the 4 colleges here at University College Cork. This is a joyous day for us. I must also acknowledge that today's ceremony is very different from the ceremony we would normally have on our beautiful campus. COVID-19 pandemic has meant we've had to postpone our typical on-campus spring graduation ceremonies this year in order to play our part in the collective effort to halt the spread of the virus and protect public health. I know how disappointing this is, and you know plans are being put aside for next summer, whatever that time would be, we're not sure, sometime between June and September, to mark your special day on our campus where we together can celebrate this great achievement with you and your family. As you know, normally on a day like this, the place of the campus is milling around, people with gowns, running, scurrying around into the De Vere Hall, banging of chairs. All of that joyous celebration is now in your home today. And there's something very special about that, being intimate with your family and friends. We wear our gowns to have a formal procession. And these rituals and traditions bring great meaning and create lasting memories for all of us, for you, for your families, and for us as your mentors and colleagues. While this graduation may differ from a traditional one, today is officially your graduation day, and it's a very important milestone that marks the culmination of many years of hard work, inquiry, discovery, learning, and we're here to celebrate. I hope that today gives you a chance to reflect on the time here at University College Cork, on the memories you have, and the friendships you've made during the time when you're on this journey together with us. It only seems like a short, maybe 1 year, 2 years, or 3 or 4 years since you came here on campus, but I'm sure it has passed incredibly fast. Getting to this moment is a result of extraordinary capacity of self-motivation, talent, and I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations. As a fellow alumnus, I want to say congordicus, congratulations on this amazing achievement. The current pandemic has affected all of us, but it's come at a particularly formative time in your lives. No one could have predicted what a final year at University College Cork would have been like. We had hoped that the COVID would have passed at this point and we would have had a very different ceremony here today, but that was not to be. I think at any time to complete a degree is difficult. To complete a degree at this time is exceptionally difficult. But you have endured. You have persisted through tough times and achieved something truly remarkable. Your resilience, your hard work, your commitment have brought you to this moment today. Our people make University College Cork, our staff, our students and our alumni. Today we celebrate your success as an alumni, as a family. I would like to thank you for your contribution to University College Cork, through your inquiry, through your challenge, or perhaps through your contributions in clubs and societies and other activities, or by simply being you here on our campus. Graduates, you've made your own journey on many paths that you've had along up to this day, whether from Cork, Bangkok, Beijing, or Ballincollig. Some of you may never have imagined arriving at this point, ready to receive your degree for the first time, or a higher degree, or perhaps the greatest degree and highest award of all, the doctoral award. The uncertainty of life, challenges and surprising circumstances may have taken you on a meandering path where you had to choose your route carefully at each new turn and intersection. I would also like to thank my colleagues who have worked over the years with you here at University College Cork through very difficult circumstances, particularly in the last year. From the first person perhaps that you met at the gate on your way in, or in the Mardyke Arena, or wherever that might be. I want to thank all of those who work with me and with you on a daily basis at University College Cork. I particularly want to thank your academic mentors who have nurtured, encouraged and inspired you, and maybe every now and then pushed you to become the person that you are today. They've pushed you and helped you because they want you to reach your dreams. There are further dreams ahead for you, but we hope that this was really important launchpad as you embark on this wonderful journey. You know, you might think you've done this on your own. Of course you haven't. You couldn't possibly have reached this moment on your own. We rely on your family, your friends, and other people who have supported you to reach this moment and this amazing achievement. Perhaps parents, siblings, friends, or loved ones who've been there for you at the very challenging times perhaps and helped you through your studies. I want you now to take a moment, turn to them and say, thank you, Míle Bríochas, because their support is critical to your success. I also want to thank them on your behalf and on behalf of the university for all they've done for you to become wonderful graduates at UCC. Your support and encouragement during their studies has been an important part of their success. You must be extremely proud, as we are, of what they have achieved. So today, we celebrate the end of your studies at UCC. I know you might be sad by that, and maybe some of you will be coming back for further studies, particularly if you're at a doctoral level. But today's event also marks the beginning of a new journey. You're beginning that journey into an unknown. Perhaps you might be a bit nervous or apprehensive about it, but I'm not worried. I'm confident as a UCC alumnus myself that what you've learned here at UCC has equipped you for the world that's outside, a world that's challenging, a world of huge opportunity. Today, as you graduate from UCC, I encourage you to follow your dreams whatever that might be. As the class of 2021, you join an exceptional alumni across the world of in excess of 200,000 alumni. So let me welcome you to that alumni community. I am confident you will enhance their legacy. I am incredibly proud of you as president of UCC, and as someone as a student myself and alumnus, whatever the role I have in my life, actually I'm most passionate about being an alumnus at UCC. I want to wish you well in the next chapter, whatever that chapter is, as you set out on your journey and join the excess of that large cohort of UCC alumni. We want you to connect. We want you to reach out. We want you to stay connected, to enable us to stay connected with you and to support the university in the future. As you embark on the next phase, whether you remain in education, research, or in the world of work, I encourage you to use your knowledge well to make the world a better place. The world is challenged right now with climate crisis, infectious disease, and digital revolution, and the pace of change of work and life has accelerated enormously. And we must embrace these opportunities. The future is now, and you are ready for it as a UCC graduate. You are talented, and with talent comes responsibility. We want you to stand out as a UCC graduate, as articulated in our graduate attributes, to be independent thinkers, creators of knowledge, to be socially responsible and effective global citizens, capable of making a positive contribution to the world today. We want you to change the world to make it a better place. And I'm absolutely confident you have the ability, the capacity, and the experience here from UCC to enable that to happen. I also encourage you never to lose your desire for learning. I encourage you to continue in engaging in lifelong learning. So finally, it just remains for me to say a heartfelt congratulations. I want you to celebrate your achievement. I want to be proud, you to be proud. We are incredibly proud of you. I look forward to the day when we can come together in person to celebrate your graduation. Until then, good luck to each and every one of you. We are so proud of the class of 2021. You've accomplished great things and you're going to accomplish even more. Cur Gordicus, thank you. One of the great characteristics of our conferring sermons in recent years is having a guest speaker. And it's a huge honour for me to introduce one of our distinguished alumnus, Dr. Philip King. Philip is an acclaimed musician, producer, radio presenter, filmmaker, and founder of Other Voices Television and live music series. And he's our special guest this afternoon. Philip was born and grew up in Cork. He attended University College Cork between 1969 and 1972, and most recently was awarded an honorary doctorate in music in 2018. While studying at UCC, he immersed himself in college life, seeking out fellow musicians, connecting with great people like Sean O'Riordan and Leo Murlaha, playing music and studying. Philip's musical talent led him to become a founding member of the Irish band Scullion in the mid-1970s, probably more familiar to your parents than to you graduates today. He has recorded many albums and has also won acclaim as a songwriter. In 1987, Philip set up a television production company, Hummingbird Productions, with Nuala O'Connor, and began producing high-quality, acclaimed television series for series Bring It All Back Home, which won Primetime Emmy Award in 1991. The production in 2001 of Other Voices, Songs from a Room, a music series for RTÉ television, filmed in the beautiful church St James's in Dingle, County Kerry, broke new ground. Not only did it celebrate fresh and innovative Irish voices, it also served to highlight the potential for rural areas to be centres of cultural production and sites for creative industries. In 2020, he produced to great acclaim The Other Voices, Courage series, which featured artists performing a selection of iconic cultural and heritage locations around the country. The series has an amazing reach of 15.8 million viewers and viewed in 87 countries across the globe. On a weekly basis, Philip presents a show, South Wind Blows, from the RTÉ studios perched on the western tip of the Dingle Peninsula. Philip was appointed to the Special Committee to the Traditional Arts in December 2003, and he served in the Arts Council of Ireland. In recent years, Philip's launched Ireland's Edge, which brings together high-level influencers and thinkers from a range of sectors, including members of the diaspora, foreign direct investment companies, artists, academics, commentators, and policymakers. Philip believes that there's a world of opportunity waiting to be exploited in the intersection between the artistic and technological worlds. To quote Philip himself, Irish people are naturally imaginative, creative, and innovative. Bringing STEM and arts together to create STEAM will offer Ireland a comprehensive and competitive advantage. Irish people are recognised around the world for our creativity, and we need to build on that, the strong links that we have to all of those people across the world, and left to create something new which we can be all proud of. I'm delighted this afternoon to invite Dr. King to address you. Thank you.
Uachtaráin, a chahirirlig, a chéimethe is mór an an ordam sa bheith live an lá fear speisialta seo. President O'Halloran, Chairperson of the governing body, Dr. Catherine Day, distinguished guests. It was a great delight, President, to accept your kind invitation to give the spring conferring address in this most challenging of years, 2021, and to give it to the students graduating and being conferred today from the four constituent colleges of the university. The College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Sciences, the College of Business and Law, the College of Medicine and Health, and the College of Science, Engineering and Food Science. It's a real privilege and an honour to speak to all of you graduating today across such a range of disciplines, across the STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, maths, and the arts and humanities. You're the generation that will own the future. Can I offer my sincere congratulations to you all on navigating successfully the very rocky road of COVID, and congratulate you also for your very hard work and your very great achievement recognised here today. My own expedition since I left UCC has been, in one way or another, the coagulation of some or all of these disciplines, involving tradition, translation, transmission, and all forms of encodement. I've gone from acoustically, with no microphones and no equipment, singing a song in the Aula Maxima to 50 people, to this year producing events that collapse distance at the height of COVID isolation with a reach of 46 million that offer hope, courage, and the mental strength to keep on keeping on. Everything I have done in my life could not and would not have happened without my time at UCC. It was a magical time. It was a time of innocence and wonder, and my experiences in UCC have left an indelible thumbprint on every aspect of my life. The first steps of my winding musical expedition were taken in UCC. The poet Walt Whitman has always been in my ear since I first read him in the library in UCC overlooking the quad. Be curious, not judgmental, he advised. And then in his wonderful Song of the Open Road, which is just so appropriate for your graduation day today. And listen to what Whitman says. Aloof and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Henceforth, I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms, strong and content, I travel the open road. Having been on that open road now for several decades, I sense that right now there is an ever greater need for a shared, common, and grounded sense of Ireland's story. A story you will carry with you wherever you go. What have we all learned in the last 100 years since independence? And what has been our real contribution and impact on ourselves and the world over the same period? The role that a STEAM agenda, the sciences, creativity, culture, and the arts working together can play in supporting Ireland's strategic positioning in a world that is paradoxically more connected than ever, yet increasingly divided and atomized, will be so important. It's a highly competitive, fast-moving world where technology is increasingly dominant. We are a small country, yet we manage to remain relevant and influential in so many areas. Through my work as an artist and producer, I've been able to build relationships with individuals, companies with global footprints who identify Ireland's creativity as one of its most important competitive edges. This is because creativity is a complex bundle of many things. And those of us who work in this world understand exactly what that means. We live with very high levels of uncertainty and access to relatively limited and sporadic resources. We're gig economy veterans. We understand the concept of job security, but it doesn't really apply to us. We are resourceful, agile, adaptable, opportunistic. We need to be good at making a little go a long way. We need to be expert at finding creative approaches to solving problems. We need to understand collaboration and cooperation. We embrace diversity. We challenge, we fail, we excel. But we are motivated to keep on keeping on. One of the most important things that we do is that we create new things, new intellectual property, new ways of seeing and thinking and doing. My view is that there is now a significant convergence between what creativity and the arts and the sciences can offer and what Ireland needs to add muscle to its strategic positioning and its approaches to areas as diverse as health, diplomacy, trade, education, FDI, GDPR, etc. We in this new creative community embody the values which the rest of indigenous exporting services and product industries must emulate. Authenticity, excellence, creativity, inclusiveness, differentiation, a unique contribution that is recognized and valued around the world. Many say that given the state of the world right now, we are looking at the end of liberal democracy. We can't deny the pernicious influences at play. Say, for example, in the case of Brexit and the turbulent and destabilising events in the United States over the last while. We can no longer take democracy as we have known it for granted. If we are to continue to have the sort of open, free and fair election process that we have, and remain an open democracy 100 years after independence, we must begin to regulate those companies and platforms that would seek to undermine our hugely valuable and very hard fought for democratic process. We also certainly know that the old order of Homo sapiens is being reordered by artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and augmented reality. You know this very well. The machines are going to do things that we humans used to do, so it stands to reason that anything that cannot be automated will become very valuable. For instance, in an era of rapid technology development, how will we create human-centric approaches in future innovations that enhance the human experience and wider society? In this new order, we need a new and appropriate narrative. Everybody recognises that the twin pillars of tax and talent that underpin our FDI, foreign direct investment strategy, are shifting. We must create the conditions where we grow, own, and monetize our own intellectual property if we are to have a wealth proposition that will sustain us as we navigate the difficult and challenging road ahead. Our universities must be funded adequately with a view to holding the value of all of those ideas, all of that research created by brilliant students and wonderful researchers. It's really important these days, when authenticity is such a powerful motivator of people's choices and decisions, that we tell our story using a narrative that is authentic and credible, and not led by marketeers, but using marketing insightfully to reflect a more accurate picture and sound of Ireland. The idea here is to use these uniquely significant opportunities to design a new and better approach that more accurately reflects the attractive complexity of Ireland, the advantages of doing business with Ireland, and the confidence to be Irish wherever you are in the world. So, as you begin the next leg of your journey, can I offer you every best wish for a joyful journey as you head out on the road ahead. You are equipped for that road with the gift of great education, with the gift of the great natural resource of imagination. This complex world will need your energy, your ambition, your imagination, and we will need those things to address the existential issues of today: climate, political turmoil, to create enriching options for a challenged society. You will be the change agents, the generation of graduates that will refresh, reform, and reorder Ireland as it enters the first decade of a new century of independence. Good night, live.
Dr. King, thank you so much for your good wishes and words of encouragement for our students on their very special. I now call upon the Head of College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Sciences. Nunc ad voco principem collegium artium studiorium Celticorium et scientiarum socialium.
Thank you, Interim President. I'm Professor Chris Williams, Head of the College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Sciences, and I'm delighted to be able to share this very special occasion with you all. It is my great honour now to present you to the Interim President and attest that you are fitting in character and learning to be conferred. Prae honorabilis pro vice cancellariae pro tempore totaque universitas. Presento vobis hanc nostrae universitatis progeniem, quam scio tam moribus quam doctrina habilem et idoneum esse, qua admittatur ad hos honores insigniaque, idque tibi fide mea testo expondeo totique academiae.
Ego autoritate mihi concessa admitto hanc nostrae universitas progenium ad hos honores insigniaque.
Receiving the MA in Applied Linguistics, Ten Chin Liang. Sarah Maria Manan. Ti Huen Trang Wen. Jiali Ruan. Julie Marie Tabor. Mariko Takishita. Qian Wang. Wu Yao Shou. Jilo She. Xing Wu Jiang. Receiving the MA in Asian Studies, Alex J. Al-Najadi. Emma Johnston. Receiving the MA in Celtic Civilization, Rachel Ann Martin. Madison Ann Stacey. Receiving the MA in Creative Writing, Patrick Walter Agnew. Mary Annalie Backman. Hayley Jennifer Brennan. Robin Creamer. Lawana Najla Galen. Louise Gould. Darren Bradfield Hall. Daniel Thomas Johnson. Jessica Lynn Militante. Laura Elizabeth Murphy. Margaret Mary O'Driscoll. Elizabeth Mary O'Mahony. Elizabeth Francis O'Toole. Brianna Renee Olray. Deborah Fotheringham Simpson. Receiving the MA in Digital Arts and Humanities, Tom Cordero. Aoife Nicole Flood. Robert Patrick Galvin. Emily Jane Cotuli Phipps. Receiving the MA in Digital Cultures, David Wesley Beattie. Connell Carey. Rosemary Bernadette Foley. Eileen Jacqueline Jarrett. Receiving the MA in English, Irish Writing and Film, Tabia Brandenburg. Neve Ann Butler. Kira Nora Creedon. Julie Margaret Crowley. Emma Jean Keyes. Patricia O'Donovan. Lara Michelle O'Toole. Kimberly Monique Reyes. James Stout. Receiving the MA in English, Modernities, Literature, Theory and Culture from the Romantics to the Present, Melanie Ann Butler O'Reilly. Paul Cronin. Gronya Ema Diffley. Aoife Healy. Sarah Naomi Healy. Thomas Patrick Howlin. Megan Ashton Hultberg. Evan Lynch. Kerry McIntyre. Naima Salahuddin. Receiving the MA in English, Texts and Contexts, Medieval to Renaissance, John Francis Buttimer. Melissa Shireen McCracken-Zelachowski. Kel Alexander Menton. Leona Catherine Murphy. Stephanie Marie O'Driscoll. Fang Wan. Receiving the MA in English, Modernities, American and British Literature and Film, Lorna Grant. Receiving the MA in Ethnomusicology, Kayla Marie Bass. Andrew Joseph Bushell. Immaculada Berra Carbonell. Receiving the MA in Experimental Sound Practice, Rory John Burke. Cormac James Dowdall. Douglas Sherman Murray. Receiving the MA in Film and Screen Media, Casey Christina Hines. Adam Murphy. Rory O'Sullivan. Brian Miller Oglenby. Daniel Stephen Webb. Receiving the MA in Gaelic Literature, Aoife Mora Foley. Takaku Haruki. Deborah Walsh Johnston. Sierra Monroe Luxurac. Francis James McKendry. Jennifer Mayer. Niamh Nihelon. Richard Reardon. Maeve Catherine Toey. Holly May Walker Dunseith. Eamon Philip Welby. Owen Paul Oruish. Receiving the MA in History, Sarah Catherine Hickey Birmingham. Baveen Casserly. Dylan Mason. Laura Mary Nolan. Luke William Watson. Receiving the MA in Human Osteoarchaeology, Emma Caitlin Derry. Elizabeth Catherine Reed. Receiving the MA in International Relations, Anna Elizabeth Maria Cornelissens. Aoife Elizabeth Green. Hannah Frances Huxley. Adeola Moranikeji Mustafa. Ahmed Poshtari. Leah Ring. Esther Udo Thomas. Receiving the MA in Irish Language and European Law, Roisin Mairead Nicartig. Receiving the MA in Local History, Owen Martin Binchy. Cornelius Christopher Kelleher. Liam Joseph Murphy. Margaret O'Dwyer. Philip O'Regan. Receiving the MA in Medieval History, Emmanuel David Alden. Patrick James O'Dwyer. David Michael O'Mahony. Receiving the MA in Renaissance Latin Culture, Gronya Aspel. Joseph Gerard Hooton. Receiving the MA in Theatre and Performative Practices, Garode Mihol Makra. Receiving the MA in Modern and Contemporary Art History, Kelly Dawn Udall. Receiving the MA in Museum Studies, Catherine Julia Conway. Grace Elizabeth Dunley. Duncha Gethins. Jessica Nell Highland. Emily Ann Carniol. Shauna May Keeley. Sarah Jane Murphy. William O'Neill. Karina Liberty Olin. Jasmine Esme Shaw. Rachel West. Receiving the MA in Arts Management and Creative Producing, Taylor N. Crawford. Hayley Lee Douglas. Laura Sarah Duff. Rachel Gleason. Kira Mairead Hayes. Aisling Maria McCarthy. Elizabeth Sarah Rose McHugh. Alana Murray. Pax Donal O'Faolain. Receiving the MA in Global Gallery Studies, Fiona Elizabeth Carey. Lucy Camille Victoire Dubert. Kaylee Ellen Falvey. Julia Luciana. Receiving the M.Com in Government and Public Policy, Andrew Myrna. Receiving the MA Education Modular, Mary Ann Lambert. Bridget Martina McGoldrick. Receiving the degree of Master of Philosophy, Barbara Teresa Allen. Receiving the degree of Master of Research, Luke Lambert. Receiving the MSc in Government and Politics, Jodie Queever Burton. Derville Benita Cleary. Adam Pius Houlihan. Michael Paul Hyde. Killian Sean Line. Brian Lawrence McKevitt. Joe Rory McSweeney, Fatima Mostafavi, Natasha Toole, Karen Treacy, Shamim Zayanola Badini Malekmian, receiving the MSc in International Public Policy and Diplomacy, Ogochukwu Gold Abanemi, Oluwaseyi Omowunmi Akinkuoto, Nathan John Board, Ben Carey, Claudia Dujinska, Molly Fitzgibbon, Eileen Chepkuru Langat, Tinashe Madamombe, Rachel Patricia McCulloch, Luke Joseph McNamara, Gloria Inoma Member, David O'Brien, Owen Jeremiah O'Driscoll, Ozamede Albert Oriaki, Rachel Elizabeth Petherbridge, Colt Schaefer, Neve Ellen Sheehan, Lillian Nkemjika Ume, receiving the degree of Professional Master of Education, Dara John O'Brien, the final category of students are those receiving their PhDs, and here I will read out not only the name, but the title of the thesis and the names of the supervisors. Dr. Khulud Al-Khamdi for a thesis titled Finding Oneself Far From Home, Identity Construction in Contemporary US Migrant Women's Fiction, supervised by Professor Lee Jenkins. Dr. Margaret Cout Buckley for a thesis titled Exhuming Insights, What Burial Records Can Tell Us About the Aged Poor and Emerging Welfare Provision in Limerick City, 1875 to 1925, supervised by Dr. Fiona Duclos and Professor Maura Lean. Dr. Rosie Howlett Southgate for a thesis titled Life After Asylum, Investigating the Precarious Geographies of Home with Refugees Leaving Direct Provision in Cork, Ireland, supervised by Dr. Therese Kenner and Dr. Dennis Linehan. Dr. Emma Hurley for a thesis titled The Development of an Ideographic Method of Measurement for Use in Dynamic Assessment, supervised by Dr. Reagan Murphy and Dr. Sean Hammond. Dr. Maria Laugalete for a thesis titled Viewing as if in a Female Network Towards a Reparative Reading of Post-Crash Female-Centered US TV Series, supervised by Dr. Rachel Machoran and Dr. Armida de la Garza. Dr. Ursula Ní Honning for a thesis titled Gwael Phobl no Ishacha in Varnachanacht agus Pobl Vionchanga I Sail Fuin Durando, supervised by Dr. Phelim O'Hummel. Dr. Sinead Mary O'Flynn for a thesis titled Education Welfare in Ireland, a study of the experiences of young people and families referred to the Statutory Education Welfare Service, supervised by Dr. Tracy Connolly and Dr. Kevin Cahill. Dr. Robert Jennings Parker for a thesis titled Being Me, Knowing by Being Primary Facts and Bodily Selfhood, supervised by Dr. Joel Walmsley. Dr. Ciara Ryan for a thesis titled Irish in Montana, 1880 to 1920, Cultural Nationalism in Exile, supervised by Dr. Neil Buttimer. On behalf of the College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Sciences, may I congratulate all of our new graduates.
It's been an honour to confer you, and once again I congratulate you on this amazing achievement. I will now draw this afternoon ceremony, the formal part of your conferring celebration, to a close. Hanc congrationem universitas ad grades verios conferendos nunc finitum esse dico.